All right, what up, y'all? This is Let's Be Conscious, and I'm back with another video. So this week's topic, I want to get into, can you be gay and conscious? Is consciousness only a thing for the straight black community? Or, are we welcome to? Let's get into it. Let's first off define consciousness. Like, a lot of people say conscious, they might describe a conscious man in our community as being like a hotep nigga or something like that. But consciousness at its root just means to be aware. So consciousness to me, in the context of black people, my people, is seeing a play. It means being conscious to who we actually are, the power we hold, and being sensitive to the position that we're in. I have been listening to a lot of conscious content for years. I remember at an old job I had, a homegirl of mine gave me Hidden Colors DVDs. I was hooked ever since. A lot of us don't grow up hearing that we're kings and queens, or really hearing the history and the science of our people, even though I feel like nobody has it right, including myself. It's just been too many things that's been too hidden, and I'm not going to get on here and pretend that I know everything. A few of my conscious beliefs are, I don't subscribe to the ADOS theory, which is African descendants of slavery. I don't believe that everybody was brought over here on a boat. When you think about the story, it's just very impractical. When you get to a certain age, you kind of realize that a lot of the things that we were taught in school was BS, and our history is included in it. We send our children to these classrooms, and their first introduction to who we are and how we are is that they're introduced to the fact that they're slaves. They see books and they see people that look like them, and we tell them that their ancestors have been getting whipped and all that. And I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying that slavery didn't exist. Slavery did not exist in the way that it was taught and told. What's more believable, that millions of Africans were brought over here on a ship? They had to feed them. They're chained together. Where did they defecate? Where did they relieve themselves? It doesn't make sense. You want to put your product in a position to, where you would lose 80% of your product on the way over here. That's not a smart business move. Or is it more believable that when a certain group of people came over here, they found another group of people and they slaughtered all the adults, left all the babies, and just taught them and indoctrinated them on how they were? That's how you lose history. I can't speak for black people and colored people because brown people from other countries like to call themselves colored. So I can't speak for the people that look like us in other countries, but I can speak for most of the people in America, black people. We've always had a thirst to know who we are and where we came from. And when I hear certain leaders get on their platforms, and y'all can say whatever y'all want, however, when y'all say things like, well, gay people were never killed on the street by cops, they weren't pulled over just by being gay, you got a point, but y'all negate the fact that they're black gay people. So you got black people who wear that badge, who wear their skin color the same way you do, but yet the pride and the knowledge is being gatekept like we don't even exist. When you get on your platform and you say, oh, well, gay people never face this or gay people never face that, first of all, you don't know what a gay person has gone through because you never walked that walk. The same way a white person can't judge a black person saying, oh, well, racism doesn't exist, white privilege doesn't exist. If you've never experienced that, then you can't negate it. And honestly, as a people, we are in no position to divide right now. See, our problem is we have no collective agenda. And that's why I get so mad when I hear black people in the conscious community talk about it's a gay agenda, it's a gay agenda. It's like, first of all, like I said in former videos, get your own agenda. Push your own agenda. You can't get mad at another community when we feel like if somebody steps out of turn, yeah, you're getting canceled. Black people, we need to keep that same energy. And does consciousness stop at procreating? Does the conscious community feel that black gay people are less than because we can't sexually reproduce? That might be true. And if y'all feel that way, that's y'all right. However, I gotta ask, how can y'all judge us for not being able to do something that y'all are so irresponsible with? It'd be one thing if the sanctity of parenthood was cherished in the black community, but when 80% of our homes are fatherless, and single mothers are blamed for the way kids turn out, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Matter of fact, the house ain't even glass no more. That shit just a frame. I say in the last 5 years or so, all the lesbian couples that I know, I would say about 95%, if not 98, 99% of lesbian couples that I've seen just off social media or, acquaintances that have decided to have a baby have been married first, at least financially stable enough to support a baby, and most importantly, created and conceived that child with 100%, what's the word I'm looking for? 100% intent. Now, I'm aware that, okay, of course we had to be intentional because we have to plan it. However, it's something beautiful behind that. It's something beautiful about that. It's not all women, but most women have the biological and innate desire to be mothers, and they want to procreate. And that does not start and stop at their sexuality. So when you think about being conscious, and you think about this sector now of black women that are having kids and are getting married and making families, when we want to teach our children that they're kings and queens as well, we want to teach them about the Kush Empire, we want to teach them about our ideas on black people and show them something different than slavery. Is that only for straight people? Is that only for the kids that were made by straight people? Because guess what? We have children too, and they deserve to get that knowledge as well. How can you, take adults out of it, but how can you as a conscious teacher tell, you want to pass on this rhetoric that basically that gay people are unfit for the knowledge, they unfit to be conscious, they don't walk the walk with you guys. What does that mean for those black children coming up? And per my last video on a black sperm donor shortage, most of our children that we have in our community, they're biracial, but they still have black mothers and they still need the knowledge. So a child that was conceived through surrogacy by two black dads, are they not worthy of the knowledge? A child that was conceived through donor sperm, are they not worthy of the knowledge? We as black people, black gay people, we got 2 strikes, and that's just right off the bat. Other communities still look at us like black people, like they look at y'all, because they don't separate like, they gay, so, I'm going to separate them from the straight black people. I'm not going to hurt them. No, we all black. And then we get into our communities where we shunned as well. Black gay men are good enough to be the straight woman hairdresser, doms or studs, women that, have my aesthetic, that are masculine presenting. We good enough to be your homegirls, but we not good enough to be conscious. Like, we the bottom of the totem pole right now. We really can't afford any more division. Like, at the end of the day, every sector of the black community needs to get their best and brightest together and speak for them and have black people come together as a collective. And like I said, I've been consuming a lot of conscious content, and my belief is if I had to personify God, the black woman is God. We know that women were here first. I've said in another video, women have one XX chromosome or 2 X chromosomes. Their chromosomal structure is XX. The X chromosome is 3 times bigger than the Y chromosome. Some conscious men will preach that too. And I always wanted to ask one of them, because most of them, I'm not going to call them homophobic because that means they scared of gay people. I don't believe that they're homophobic. I'm not going to say that. I just feel like they just don't like gay people. They will tell you that the first human being on earth was a woman and a black woman. I don't want to get too graphic, but women have a part of their body where that body part's only function is to provide pleasure. So, if first on earth they were women, all women, who you think was giving them that pleasure? So you might want to ask, okay, well, how did they procreate? What happened? They created children through a process called parthenogenesis. If you don't know what that is, you should Google it, but I'm going to give you a loose explanation of it. Parthenogenesis is a process where the human woman was able to fertilize her own eggs and, conceive on her own without the help of a male. It's said that somewhere along with evolution that stopped being possible. I've never read it in a book. However, like I said, I've taken a lot of conscious content and I go with the stuff that resonates as truth for me. And when I heard that, it felt like truth. So that's what I believe. Also, when you look at things now, like it's way easier for a woman to decide that she wants to have a child without a man. A man can't have a child without a woman sustaining it, without sustaining that pregnancy. So that should tell you something right there. I'm not going to sit up here. I don't want to debate nobody about their beliefs. You can believe what you believe. You can not like what you don't like. However, when it comes to it, knowledge is black and white. I'm a black and white person. And if you really for the people, you really for that knowledge, and if you really want to say, okay, let kids make their own decisions and stuff like that about their sexuality, then all kids deserve that knowledge. You can't say that a kid that has two dads or two moms or that was conceived with assisted reproductive technologies, that they don't deserve it. That's crazy. Black women are the most educated demographic in America right now. With that being said, how many of those black women are lesbians? How many of those black women are married to other women? How many of those black women are financially able to procreate? You can't negate a whole society of children coming up. And even the black women conscious creators, most of y'all content is, either y'all caping for black men, oh, we gotta save the black male, or y'all on y'all gender war shit where black men ain't shit. I feel like there is no space in the conscious community for us. And that's another reason I decided to launch my channel and why I picked my name. My name is a merge between lesbian and consciousness. Let's be conscious. Which is also a mantra for let's be conscious. I'm really here for my community. A lot of the conscious people want to act like we don't have children, like we want them exposed to certain things and all that, which we really don't. Like, it's funny, like my wife calls me the most conservative gay person out here. Honestly, there is no gay agenda no more. And y'all talk about it's the gay agenda, LGBT, whatever. Y'all already know my stance on that LGBTQ, whatever shit. Everything after the B and LGBTQIA plus, whatever, after the B, it stops being about sexuality and it starts being about something else. There is an agenda out here, but it ain't us. But at the same time, you should never be worried about somebody else's agenda if you got your own. If a straight man ain't had 3 baby mamas, maybe he ain't had to worry about what gay people doing. When somebody spoke out of turn about black people and black people's able to collectively cancel them, maybe we wouldn't have to worry about what nobody else is doing. I'm black first, and a lot of conscious people and a lot of black people that are aware, even if you're not a part of the conscious community, even if you don't have a platform, if you're aware of how things are going, I guarantee you're standing not to embrace us. We all grew up in a black church. 9 times out of 10, the choir director gay. Some of your church members gay. And I grew up Christian. And I don't want to get into, the religious talk. And the reason why I never get into that is because my mother is still a devout Christian. And I would never disrespect her like that. But that's also another reason that goes to show you who's God. Mother is God in the eyes of the child. That's my favorite quote. Or at least one of them. But it's like, our community would much rather receive an unwed mother than a married gay person that had a child. Make it make sense. But I really hope my platform grows in the future. I work full time, so I'm trying to make some time to really get into these books because everybody don't have the time and the process knowledge, and that's what I want to do for people. I want to give y'all knowledge that y'all don't have time to process. Y'all can play one of my videos at work or while you working out and learn something. And to the conscious community out there, all the men, walk it like you talk it. Don't sit up here and preach to gay people about the divinity of family when you got 3 baby mothers and you ain't never been married. And through my platform, I'm going to be kind of hard on y'all straight people. because y'all hard on us. And also because y'all procreate and y'all make people at a higher rate. It's more statistically probable that my children will grow up to date somebody and fall in love with somebody with heterosexual parents than parents that use assistive reproductive technologies. With that being said, I see things out here and I see how y'all navigate and I see how y'all family structure is, and I'm very afraid. I'm afraid of who my children will grow up to date in our community. We lack that foundation. And I feel like some of it is low-key rooted in envy too. It's envy to a community that has the power to cancel somebody even if they step wrong. However, guess what? Like I said, we're black first. We don't have that power. And I'm not even begging for acceptance. I'm way past that. I used to go on people panels and stuff like that. And I kind of felt like I wouldn't try to do this intentionally, but I didn't want to get on anybody's stream or anybody's channel and change the narrative of what they said or what they was talking about. And I want all the smoke though. Like, so if somebody see this and y'all want to debate me if black gay people could be really conscious, DM me. I'm with all that shit. So my final thoughts on this question, this topic: can you be gay and conscious? Yes, but the conscious community doesn't think so, which I think is completely fucked up. Nobody has the key to knowledge. If you're black and you're conscious, or you're black and you're thirsty for knowledge about where you came from, get some books, read some books, and you can listen to these individuals, but just know what to brush off and know what to take in. Because at the end of the day, none of us don't have it right. All right, y'all. So let's be safe. Let's be mindful. Let's be conscious. I'm out. Peace.